Hello again, Doc back with more of the Mega Man 2 Special Weapons run. Right, so far we've defeated 4 of the Robot Masters, but for some reason I've avoided getting the best special weapon in the game. Maybe just because I wanted to make this a little more interesting than Metal Blade all the time. Because, well, that's what I usually do. But I think it's just about time to go for the best special weapon. So, Metal Man? Wait, birds! Birds! They're chasing me! Ah, that's a little bit of an Easter egg. You hold, I think you hold A and select to do that. Either that or I just heard that somewhere and I don't know. Now, if you've seen playthroughs of this game before, you've probably seen Metal Man get done early. And that's because, well, Metal Blade is awesome. And you can kick all sorts of gluteus with it, even if you're not doing a special weapons run. So, I figure doing 4 stages before then is good enough to give myself the luxury of using the best weapon in the game. Mega Man, where have you gone? I think he's disappeared. Huh, this could be a problem. We still have to defeat Dr. Wily. We can't do that without Mega Man. Oh wait, there he is. Yeah, those chain droppers, they are murder on the sprite flicker. That's like, usually I can see him at least, but is flashing all sorts. Now I'm flashing all sorts of wrong in another way. But usually it's a lot of flashing, a very difficult time seeing Mega Man properly. That was a demonstration of the time stopper that I just talked through. Yeah, that's pretty much all it does. It stops time for a little while. Not the best weapon. It's not even a weapon, really. It's more of a utility. I don't have problems with utilities, but if they're special weapons, I want them to kind of be weapons. One of the reasons I don't like Ice Slasher either is because it doesn't do any damage. It stops enemies, and that can be useful. I'm not saying it's not useful. I'm just saying it doesn't feel like a weapon. Anyway, now that we've run out of it, we don't have to talk about it anymore for a while. But that mole section. These little drill guys are moles, and they're really good for farming if you can use the Buster. But when you have special weapons limits, it's kind of dangerous to do that. I mean, it's easier to run out of special weapons energy. And E-Tank 2. I kind of wonder if Mega Man was meant to be able to jump onto that area. Because as it stands, there's no way out without Item 2. Which is kind of crazy. Then again, that may just be a bonus for those who didn't start with Metal Man. I suppose there's good reason enough to offer them a bonus. I didn't realize... I've done a special weapons run before of this game. Without recording it, obviously. But it's amazing what I learned by repeating through these, because I learned all sorts of enemy weaknesses that I didn't know. Like those little grounder guys. I know they're weak to bubble beam, or bubble lead, but I didn't realize that Quick Boomerang could defeat them as well. Quick Boomerang against Metal Man. It's the wrong weapon to use against him. You should use the Buster. With Quick Boomerang, you have to get up close, and when you get close to Metal Man, he jumps. A lot. And when he jumps, he throws his Metal Blades. A lot. Speaking of Metal Blade, we've got them. A lot. Yes, Metal Blade has a lot of ammo as well. Not quite as much as the Quick Boomerang, but on the other hand, You don't need as much. Alright. 5 down, 3 to go. And I think next we need to take on Bubble Man. Well, we don't need to take on Bubble Man next. But let's do it anyway. The birds are back! Oh, they're pursuing me. They're going to chase me down to the ends of the earth. Well, since I have Metal Blade, let's show it off. Doesn't seem all that special. Oh, yes it does. Oh, hey, extra life. Yes, Metal Blade fires in all sorts of directions, and that makes it crazy good. I've mentioned before that vertical firing is one of the most valuable assets you can have in a game like this, where you're normally restricted to horizontal firing. Metal Blade goes one step further by giving you horizontal, vertical, and diagonal firing in all directions. Add to that its crazy ammo limit and the fact that it is decently powerful for, it's not like one-hit kill for everything, but it's pretty capable of defeating a lot of enemies really quickly. Well, that was not good. But yeah, there's no question why this is the best weapon in this game, and quite possibly the series. There's really nothing to compare it to. The closest weapon that comes to it is Shadow Blade in the next game, and that has less ammo, less power, I think less power, but definitely less range, which is kind of a bit of a problem for it. And I may actually be close to running out of Metal Blade here, thanks to wasting it all by hitting that anglerfish where it can't be hurt. Ah, well. These guys are good for grinding too, because they spawn infinitely. I don't remember their name. I know that their name is some absurd combination of numbers that is not worth remembering. So, I'm not gonna bother. There we are. Metal Blades, come with me. This is a dangerous section. I have died more than once in this section before due to just carelessness. Obviously, the spikes on the ceiling are the big problem. But, you know, if you jump high, you aren't careful with your jumps in the water, you're gonna get hurt a lot. Now we have a little bit more dangerous area, because you can get knocked back into the spikes as well as up into them if you aren't careful. Now we're past that, and I think it's time to switch to a different weapon. We'll be seeing more of Metal Blade, obviously, but Air Shooter hasn't got enough airtime yet. Unintentional pun, I swear. Really. Okay. Frogs apparently are untouched by tornadoes. And apparently very quickly dispatched by boomerangs. Quick Boomerang is, you know, it's actually proving itself to be more useful than I even thought it would be. Alright, so we know that tornadoes have no effect on frogs now, but do they have effect on crabs? Apparently, yes, they do. The crabs appear a little bit... The crabs seem to be a little bit intimidating at first, until you realize that their pattern is always front, back, front, back. That is, they always appear in front of you, and then behind you, and then repeat the pattern. If it was random, this would be a much more unpleasant place to go through. But once you have the pattern down, it's easy. Bubble Man is also pretty easy, especially if you have the Metal Blade. This is just sad. Yes, you can just stand under him as he drops down slowly on you and hit him about 5 or 6 times. It only takes 7 to defeat him, but you can usually get 1 or 2 while he's crossing towards you. Yeah, that's a little bit trickier if you don't have vertical firing. That's why the Metal Blade is so insanely powerful. Some would say broken. I would say broken. It is broken. Almost anything that has vertical firing is broken to some extent in Mega Man. Because, you know, your pea shooter is just straight in front of you. You have basically two directions. You can affect its height with the jumps, but in the end, it's still only two directions. 8 directions, it's opens up a whole new world of possibilities. But those possibilities will have to wait for next time. Until then, I'm Doc. I will see you later.